you against you. Every day is a battle, not against the world, not against your teammates, not even against your rivals. The real battle is against yourself. This is the struggle, the grind, the relentless pursuit of becoming your best self. You against you. Listen, when I step on that field, I'm not just competing with the opponent. I'm competing with the man I was yesterday. The one who thought he couldn't push harder, couldn't go faster, couldn't reach further. It's about challenging my own limits and breaking them again and again. You see, life doesn't give you anything. Success doesn't just fall into your lap. You have to work harder than you thought you could, sweat more than you thought you would, and push beyond the edge you believed you had. That's where greatness lies, beyond the limits you set for yourself. The biggest obstacles aren't out there, they're right here inside your mind. When you wake up each day, ask yourself, am I better than I was yesterday? That's the question. It's about owning your weaknesses, turning them into strengths, and refusing to accept anything less than excellence. Every training session, every hour spent perfecting your craft, every sacrifice, that's your investment in yourself. It's about fighting for your dreams with everything you have. Because in the end, it's you against you. Face your limits. It's easy to blame the world, to point fingers when things don't go our way. But the biggest barrier most of us face is not some external obstacle, it's our own perception of what's possible. When you walk onto a field, step into a gym, or pursue any goal in life, remember the mind is where limits are either shattered or solidified. Every time you think you're done, every time you feel like you can't go further, there's a voice in your head. That voice is telling you to stop, to quit, to choose comfort over struggle. This is where the battle begins. Breaking your own limits isn't just physical, it's a mental war. It's a choice to endure, to embrace the discomfort, and to ignore the excuses. Limits only exist because you believe in them. If you decide that you're capable of more, the body will follow. The way to start facing your limits is to confront the mental barrier that says, I can't. The moment you choose to push past what you once thought possible, you enter new territory. You create a new standard for yourself, a higher one. The journey doesn't get easier. In fact, it becomes more challenging, and that's the beauty of it. Because the more you push, the stronger you become. Every new level demands a new version of you, so face your limits. Recognize that the true fight is in the mind, and that if you can win there, you can win anywhere. Embrace the grind. Success has a price, and it's paid in sweat, sacrifice, and consistency. The grind, those hours when no one is watching, when the stadiums are empty, and the lights are off, that's where champions are made. It's easy to show up when there's applause and recognition. But can you show up on the days when you're tired, sore, and questioning why you're even putting in the effort? That's where greatness begins, in the hours that others aren't willing to give. The grind is not glamorous. It's repetitive, exhausting, and often thankless. It means early mornings, late nights, and constantly pushing yourself to do better, even when good enough feels like it should be enough. Embracing the grind isn't about finding joy in every moment. It's about committing to the process, trusting that every rep, every drill, every hour spent working is building a version of yourself that can't be beaten. The journey to greatness is paved with discipline and persistence. Talent can get you started, but it's the daily grind that separates the good from the legendary. Choose to embrace it. Let each day be a step forward, each training session a brick in the foundation of something unbreakable. Remember, the grind is what turns dreams into reality. How do you owe yesterday? Every day is a new opportunity to improve, to push beyond yesterday's achievements. It's tempting to look at what you accomplished before and feel satisfied. But satisfaction is the enemy of progress. If you want to be great, you must be willing to hold yourself to an uncompromising standard. Every day, wake up with one goal: to outdo the person you were yesterday. It's about setting new benchmarks and refusing to rest on past victories. Excellence isn't achieved in a single leap, it's built incrementally. Progress might seem small or even invisible some days, but each step counts. Whether it's a slight increase in speed, strength, or skill, every effort compounds over time. The difference between average and elite is found in these consistent daily improvements. Challenge yourself to go further, to work harder, and to be more focused. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. The only competition is you. Set your sights on progress, not perfection, and remember that greatness is forged one day at a time. Every day is a chance to raise the bar. Never waste it. Outdo your yesterday, and before long, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Refuse to settle. Settling is the silent enemy of greatness. The moment you say, this is good enough, you've accepted mediocrity. When you settle, you rob yourself of the chance to become extraordinary. True champions don't stop when they're tired, they stop when they're done. And even then, they're already thinking about the next level. Refuse to let comfort lure you into a state of stagnation. Don't let complacency dull your edge. Life will present you with opportunities to settle, to take the easy road, to be satisfied. But if you want to achieve something truly remarkable, you have to stay hungry. Refusing to settle isn't just about chasing perfection, it's about constant growth, constant improvement. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing you could have done more than making the choice to do it. Never lose the hunger, no matter how much you achieve. Success is not a destination, it's a journey that demands your full commitment. If you settle, you'll never know your true potential. So keep pushing, keep fighting. Refuse to settle, because greatness demands it. Turn weakness into strength. We all have weaknesses. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is what they do with those weaknesses. Some choose to ignore them, to cover them up, to hope they'll go away on their own. But the champions, the ones who reach the highest levels, take a different approach. They confront their weaknesses head on and turn them into strengths. This isn't easy, it's uncomfortable, it's humbling, but it's absolutely necessary. Identify your weaknesses, whether they're physical, mental, or emotional. Own them, don't shy away. Make it your mission to work on these areas every single day. Use them as fuel, as motivation to drive you forward. With hard work, persistence, and resilience, what was once a limitation can become one of your greatest assets. It's about embracing vulnerability and turning it into power. There's no shame in weakness, only in refusing to face it. Remember, every weakness conquered brings you one step closer to the best version of yourself. This is where the transformation happens. Turn your weaknesses into strengths and watch your potential unfold. Be relentless. To achieve greatness, there's no room for halfway efforts, no place for hesitation or doubt. Being relentless means deciding that no obstacle, no setback, no amount of pain will stop you. It's a mindset, an unwavering commitment to push forward no matter what comes your way. The path to the top is not a gentle stroll, it's a climb up a mountain. And each step will test your resolve, challenge your strength, and demand your absolute focus. If you're going to reach the peak, you have to be relentless. Relentlessness starts with a decision. It's a choice you make every single day, every single moment. It's choosing to keep going when you're tired, to push harder when you're sore, to dig deeper when you feel you have nothing left. This isn't about talent or luck, it's about grit, discipline, and the sheer will to keep moving forward. When others stop, when they say, I've done enough, the relentless ones keep going. They're the ones who refuse to let circumstances dictate their outcomes. Being relentless is not just about action, it's about belief. It's about believing that you are capable of more than anyone else thinks possible, even when the results aren't there yet. There will be days when things don't go your way, when your efforts seem wasted, and your progress feels stalled. But relentlessness is about seeing beyond the immediate and trusting that if you keep pushing, you'll eventually break through. It's knowing that every rep, every practice, every late night and early morning are building something unstoppable within you. It's important to remember that being relentless isn't easy. If it were, everyone would be doing it. It's lonely, it's grueling, and it's exhausting. But it's also rewarding. When you refuse to back down, when you push past the pain, you earn something far greater than trophies or accolades. You earn self-respect, resilience, and a strength that nothing in life can take away. You become a person who can handle anything because you've trained yourself to never quit. Relentlessness is also about finding another gear, even when you think you've maxed out. It's about getting to the end of your limits, looking at the wall in front of you, and deciding to break through it. This is what separates the greats from the rest. The ones who are willing to go beyond are the ones who succeed. There's no secret formula, no magic pill. It's the person who shows up day after day, who puts in the work when no one is watching, who finds the strength to continue even when everyone else has stopped. In moments of struggle, it's easy to wonder if it's worth it. You'll question yourself, you'll feel the weight of the journey. But this is where relentlessness shines. It's the ability to silence the doubts, to push through the discomfort, and to trust that the rewards will come to those who refuse to quit. It's about staring adversity in the face and saying, I will not be broken, I will keep going. When you cultivate this relentless spirit, you become unstoppable. Life will throw challenges your way, but instead of being shaken, you'll find strength. Obstacles become opportunities, setbacks become stepping stones. Being relentless means that you see every difficulty as a chance to prove yourself, to grow, to sharpen your skills, and to become even more prepared for the journey ahead. So be relentless. Don't let fatigue, fear, or failure stop you. Push past every obstacle with determination. When the going gets tough, remember why you started. Embrace the grind, trust in your strength, and know that your relentlessness is what will carry you forward. This is the path to greatness, and it's reserved for those who will stop at nothing to reach the top. Believe in the process. Success isn't something you can rush. It's not an overnight achievement, nor is it something that comes easily. True success is built through a commitment to the process, a trust in the daily grind, and the patience to see it through. Believing in the process means understanding that every moment, every effort, every sacrifice is part of a larger journey. It's about having faith that with consistency and dedication, you'll reach the destination you've set your sights on. The process is often slow, and at times it can be incredibly frustrating. You'll face setbacks, you'll encounter challenges, and you may not see progress right away. But believing in the process means trusting that each step, no matter how small, is taking you closer to your goal. It's understanding that the skills you're building, the habits you're forming, and the strength you're developing are all essential components of success. The process is where the foundation of greatness is laid. Many people give up because they expect results too quickly. They want immediate success, instant rewards, but the reality is anything worth having takes time. It's in those moments of doubt, in those periods of slow progress, that you have to remind yourself why you started. Believing in the process means staying focused on the work, even when the results aren't visible yet. It's about patience and perseverance. Success is a marathon, not a sprint, and the ones who achieve it are those who can stay committed for the long haul. When you believe in the process, you learn to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. You begin to understand that each challenge, each failure, and each struggle is teaching you something valuable. These experiences build resilience, they sharpen your skills, and they make you stronger. Believing in the process means embracing both the highs and the lows, knowing that every experience is preparing you for the moment when your hard work will finally pay off. It's also important to stay disciplined during this journey. Believing in the process doesn't mean just going through the motions, it means putting your heart into every step, giving your best effort every single day. Discipline is what keeps you on track, and it's what ensures that you're always moving forward, even when progress feels slow. Success is built on consistency, and consistency is built on discipline. Patience is another key aspect of believing in the process. In a world that values instant gratification, patience is a rare but crucial trait. Patience allows you to keep working even when success seems distant. It allows you to stay focused even when distractions tempt you to veer off course. Patience is the ability to stay committed to your vision, even when it feels like the results are taking forever to arrive. Finally, believing in the process requires self-belief. There will be times when others doubt you, when circumstances seem stacked against you, and when you feel like giving up. In those moments, you have to believe in yourself. You have to trust that your hard work, your discipline, and your dedication will eventually bring you to where you want to be. The process may be challenging, but if you believe in it, and if you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. So trust the process, embrace the journey, learn from every experience, and stay committed to your path. Success doesn't happen overnight, but with patience, discipline, and faith in the process, you'll get there. Remember, every great achievement was once just a small step in the journey of someone who refused to give up. Believe in the process, and the results will follow. The journey to greatness. In life, the greatest battle you'll ever fight is the one within yourself. Every day you face a choice to stay where you are, or to push forward, to break past the limitations of yesterday, and create a stronger version of yourself. This journey isn't easy. It requires grit, persistence, and an unwavering belief in your potential. And as you pursue greatness, remember that each of these principles, facing your limits, embracing the grind, outdoing your yesterday, refusing to settle, turning weaknesses into strengths, being relentless, and believing in the process is essential to reaching your goals. To truly face your limits, you must acknowledge the barriers you set for yourself and choose to rise above them. Every time you push beyond what you thought possible, you expand your capabilities. This journey to greatness begins in the mind, where you decide that limits are temporary, only obstacles to be overcome. Once you make that choice, there is no boundary to what you can achieve. Embracing the grind is about understanding that success is built during the unseen hours. While others may rest, you push forward, sacrificing comfort for a greater reward. This grind is not just a physical effort, it's mental, it's emotional, and it's personal. It's an investment in yourself, in becoming someone who refuses to take the easy road. The grind shapes you, strengthens you, and transforms you. It's where true champions are born. The goal each day is to outdo your yesterday, not by comparing yourself to others, but by challenging your own limits. It's about setting a higher standard for yourself and committing to that standard relentlessly. Improvement doesn't happen overnight, but over time, those small incremental gains add up. By constantly raising the bar, you ensure that you're always moving forward, always growing, and never settling for anything less than your best. Refusing to settle is a mindset. It's a commitment to push beyond comfort and complacency. Many people reach a point of good enough and stop. But those who achieve greatness keep going. They never lose the hunger for more, the desire to reach new heights. This is the mentality that fuels continuous growth and keeps you striving for excellence, even when others may be content to rest. Turning weaknesses into strengths requires humility and courage. It's about facing the parts of yourself that need improvement and working on them daily. This transformation from weakness to strength is what sets apart those who merely aspire from those who achieve. It's about making the choice to confront your shortcomings and turn them into sources of power. Every weakness you conquer becomes a strength you carry with you on the journey. Being relentless means never allowing doubt, failure, or fatigue to stop you. It's the refusal to give up when things get tough, and the determination to keep pushing even when it would be easier to quit. Relentlessness is the fuel that drives every champion forward, the mindset that says, I will keep going no matter what. This relentless spirit is what will carry you through the hardest days and the longest nights. Finally, believing in the process is what ties it all together. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of countless hours of dedication, persistence, and patience. Believing in the process means trusting that every step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. It's about having faith that your hard work will eventually pay off, that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Those who succeed are those who can endure the process, who can stay committed even when the results aren't immediate. In conclusion, the journey to greatness is a test of endurance, character, and will. It's not for the faint of heart, but for those who refuse to settle, who embrace the struggle, and who are willing to put in the work. It's for those who know that success is not an event but a journey, one that requires daily commitment to become the best version of themselves. Remember, this journey is you against you. No one else can do it for you, and no one else can stop you if you're determined enough. Each day, each moment, you have the opportunity to choose excellence, to push your limits, and to believe in yourself. So rise to the challenge. Become the person you were meant to be. Embrace every setback, every sacrifice, and every struggle, because this is where champions are made.